Welcome to the Funhouse, and I'm not talking about the Pink song. I'm talking about the 1981 movie, The Funhouse. Austin either saw my YouTube video about asking for independent movies to review, and he was kind enough, and I appreciate it very much, to send me a message on Instagram. And it had a link to a book that Quentin Tarantino wrote. Welcome to Miller's Monsters. I'm Mr. B. Alzabub. With me here is Luna in her new fashionable jacket. She looks like a caterpillar, doesn't she? And welcome to the Funhouse. And I'm not talking about the Pink song. I'm talking about the 1981 movie, The Funhouse. And of course, before we dig into it, hit the subscribe, ring the bell, hit the like button. Set yourself up for notifications when new videos come out. Don't hit your neighbors. Share this video with their neighbors so they can have as much fun as you're not having now. But as always, nothing. She's tired today. There be spoilers ahead. Alright, here we go. The Funhouse, again, what came out in 1981, directed by Tobe Hooper of Texas Chainsaw Massacre fame, and written by Lawrence Block. And it was Lawrence Block who reminded me of this movie. He must have got lost and either saw my YouTube video about asking for independent movies to review, and he was kind enough, and I appreciate it very much, to send me a message on Instagram. And it had a link to a book that Quentin Tarantino wrote, and a little segment about where Quentin had a chapter of the Funhouse in the book. So thank you very much, Mr. Block, and I appreciate it, and hopefully I can convince some of my viewers, that many, half of them family, to head out and watch this film, which is really a nice little slasher here. So let's get into talking about the film itself. Basically, it's a story about four high schoolers, two couples that go to a carnival and decide they want to spend a night in the funhouse. I get it. Kids need, these small towns want to have a little excitement, and I guess staying in the funhouse is a little excitement for them. But the story opens up, and we're in a room decorated much like mine here, but I don't have as many dangerous things on the walls as they had in the room that we open up to, and we see someone walking around the room, and he picks a knife off the wall, and he picks a mask off the wall, and he puts the mask on, and I don't know, this is we're in the first person view now of the person in the mask looking through the eye holes as he walks through the house, and he goes into the bathroom where a young lady has undressed and is in the shower, and he comes up, he pulls back the shower and stabs her with the knife, and we learn that this is a fake knife, and she's in the shower naked, screaming, and we find out that it's her little Jeffrey Dahmer wannabe brother that had done that, and of course she goes nuts and chases him through the house, and threatens payback, and then we get to her leaving the house with her boyfriend, or new boyfriend, to meet up with the other couple to go to the carnival. And of course she lied to the parents, because the parents are wary about the carnival, because the year before, there was two people murdered there. They don't know if it's the same carnival or not, though. So we get to the carnival, everybody's having a good time, and it reminded me of the days when me and my family went to the carnival, and we did, back in the 70s we went to the carnival, and back then you went in and you bought tickets for every ride you wanted to go on, and you bought tickets for to go in and see the sideshows, okay? And we would go in, and I remember one, there was a giant rat in there, or you'd see this really huge cow, or a little pygmy cow or pygmy horse. I didn't know there were pygmy horses were pretty easy to come by back then, so I thought it was amazing. And then you would go in and see the circus performers, and It really was a good time, and you know, they had sword swallowing and fire breathing and eating. Sorry, yeah, no, breathing. And of course, there was the magicians there. And there, one time, there was a guy with no head that was living on the machines. But you know, so of course, you know, it's all to get the money out of you. But it was definitely a good time. And then they went out and had their good time, and they decide they want to stay in the Funhouse overnight. So they buy their ticket, get on the Funhouse, get in the Funhouse, and before the ride comes around, they jump out and hide. And at the same time, little Jeffrey Dahmer has ran away from his home to go to the carnival as well, because the sister wasn't going to take him anymore because he stabbed her with a fake knife. And you know, went to the fair, paid his money, went around, and he sees them go into the Funhouse. So he's hiding, waiting for them to come out. Of course, they never come out, and he eventually starts heading home, only later to come back and play a very insignificant role in the movie, besides getting the parents to come up and pick him up. But that leads to one tense point where the parents are picking the kid up, and the daughter can see him and yells, but nobody can hear her. So, you know, there's a little desperation, a little tension build up there. So, anywho, they stay, they hide in the Funhouse, and of course now they're locked in at night, and you know, of course, as kids do, they're gonna neck, you know, back in the day, and they hear a sound, so everybody's quiet, and you can see a room at the bottom of the on the floorboards where they're all sitting, and they witness the son of the Barker, and the Barker is the person out front doing all the speeches trying to get you in, and his son was dressed in a Frankenstein costume, and they witness him murdering one of the other carnival workers. So now, okay, they want to get out, they can't find a way out. Eventually the father finds the son, and the mask comes off, and we learn the son has birth defects and is disfigured and you know, mentally challenged, and oh my god, that boy could scream. Okay, let me tell you, and he's a pretty gruesome figure when he does get unmasked, and teeth going everywhere, but holy cow, I wish only dogs could hear this scream, but I heard the scream, and I don't know how they did it. I don't know if it was him or created, but it is ear-piercing screaming. So, of course, they're walking around looking for a way out. They come behind the empty room, and one of the guys steals money out of the room. Okay, so now everything's set. All right, they're back upstairs. The father comes in, you know, now he's got to figure out how to fix this and hide the body and keep his son from getting arrested. And we find out that he killed the other two people last year in a different town. And unfortunately, he goes into the bin where the money's kept. There's no money. He starts yelling at the kid. The kid doesn't know where the money is, and accidentally our four high school students hiding upstairs, one of them drops a lighter and it hits the floor, and now the father knows they're up there, and now he knows they've witnessed everything plus stolen the money. And hey, come here, get back in the picture. They've come to see you, you know, they don't come to see me. So now they have to be murdered as well, and then this is where we get the chase throughout the Funhouse, and I'll talk more about that in a minute. And of course, one by one, our students get picked off. We have that tense moment with their daughter yelling to her parents that had to pick up the son, and you know, doesn't hear, and they drive off, and she's still trapped. And eventually, they're down to two, and the father's searching as well with a gun, and he gets into a fight with one of the gentlemen and ends up getting killed. Okay, but of course, then also does the gentleman gets killed by the son when he discovers that they've killed their father. And sorry, and then we're down to just the two running through the Funhouse, and they end up in the basement, where it's very interesting. I don't know how true it is or how accurate it is, but the underneath of these dark rides, which is what they're called, you sit in the car and go through the track, and all the gears and all the pulleys and chains and all that. It was made to be very, very creepy, and the big showdown where eventually she defeats him and is able to break out and get out. So, and then the last scene is her walking away, and first of all, like I said, it reminded me of going to the carnival. Also reminded me as my days work in the amusement park, and I was a ride jockey, did all the rides, and it really was a great time. So there was a lot of reminiscing going on as I watched this movie, and it is also a good slasher as well. It's not overly bloody or anything, but it built tension with the chase scenes, and there a few creative ways that they disposed of the bodies, not disposed of, but killed. Okay, the son killed the bodies, and I really enjoyed it. It's 3 out of 5 for sure. But the one thing that really set the tone is the atmosphere of this carnival. Very creepy, like carnival, with the people working there, the barkers going out. This is even creepier, than usual, because, they have a little girly show. I didn't know they did that at carnivals. They have the performers, and, everybody is kind of dirty and dark. And even during the opening of the movie, all the animatronics are so creepy. And I don't know why, because, we've seen CGI, but these old animatronics at the beginning of the movie really set the mood for this creepy little carnival, and I had a lot of fun with it, and I'm glad I got to bring it to you. So with that, hit the subscribe, hit the like, ring the bell, hit notifications so you don't miss another movie. Tell your friends. Here's a little scene out of Jaws. Let's see. Is she gonna be nice today? No? Oh, she left the fingers. Thank you. And also, a little added bonus, I'm going to provide you a link to the what do they call it, high definition version of the Funhouse and Quentin Tarantino's book. Yeah. Let me just find it. Cinema Speculation. So both those links will be on Amazon. Yes, I do make, if you do go make a purchase, I will get a small tribute. Let's say, I'm not asking you to go buy anything though. I just thought if you liked it, you could find it, and I will talk to you next time.